Yo. Welcome back to the Freedom Finders consistent daily action morning show. You guys already know we go live every single day, Monday through Friday at 8 a.m., Saturday and Sunday at 10 a.m. And it is Saturday, so I know we got a special guest. But before we bring them on, Shaq T, Mike T, how y'all boys feeling this morning?
Oh, wait. Another Saturday to be great. But nah, man, I'm feeling good, man. Big bless. Mike T, how you feeling, bro?
Man, I'm feeling great, man. Blessed that I made it through the first week of school. I'm just glad I got made it to the weekend, man. I'm glad I made it to the weekend. So, man, I'm blessed. How you doing, D. Scott?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. Before I talk about myself, shout out to that boy Mike T, boy, with that fresh, crispy cut, boy. Shout out to that boy Daryl, boy. That boy gets you right every time.
Shout out to Daryl. Man, shit different, boy.
Never
disappoints. Remember them days, man, over there on Emerson on 34th, man, going in the backyard. They was practicing on the boy. That's when they was perfecting their craft, man. They was two haircuts, but they wasn't them Rogers haircuts we know today.
The Raymond Park days, huh?
Man, they was back there. They was figuring it out.
Yeah, man, looking crispy, brother, looking crispy. But nah, I appreciate you asking, man. I'm feeling good this morning. It is Saturday, a little cloudy out, but I'm gonna get with some of my P&G folks today. We're gonna go play some games and some drinks. So that's always fun, little Saturday fun on today. Well, I don't know what I'm trying to say. But anyway, if y'all already don't know who we are the Freedom Finders, where we help you find your freedom through what we call the consistent daily action. We're going to talk some gratitude. We'll talk positive affirmations. We'll talk daily actions to hold each other accountable. And lastly, we'll wrap it up with some wise words. And today is Saturday, so you guys already know that we always bring on a special guest. Let me go ahead and bring this outro in. Always have a special guest. So we have someone that has some very, very similar like-mindedness to what they're doing, partnered up with DP Life School. Y'all know about Darius Petway as well, so we're gonna bring her on in 1 second. But real quick, good morning, Miss LaShawn. She's a happy super duper Saturday. Okay, now shout out to Miss LaShawn coming in from YouTube. You feeling good this morning, huh, Miss LaShawn? I see. Super duper. Love that. But without further ado, man, we don't waste too much time. With that being said, we'd like to go ahead and welcome our guest today, Miss Tagreed, to the show. Thank you for joining us, Tagreed, this morning. Greatly appreciate it. And how are you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling great. Thank you guys for having me.
Yes, ma'am. So much. We're going to get into your story in the back end, so thank you for joining. And I love the T-shirt, man. I should have threw my shirt all day. With vision comes commitment, man. Shout out to that boy DP out there at Life School. Love that. Mrs. Shaw said, Mike said he had to represent the single pretty boys today. So she talked. I got on here without my hat the other day because I was going to work. So she called me a pretty boy. So just for the backup. So we talking about Mike, but. With that being said, man, we gonna go ahead and get right into this consistent daily action. And on our back end, we're gonna learn way more about Tagreed and what she's doing in this world and definitely making a difference. But first off, we're gonna go ahead and start off with the consistent daily action with the gratitude. So Freedom Finder family, if you're rocking with us this morning on the live, go ahead and put what you're grateful for down in the comments. And we'll start off with you first, Shaq T, with your gratitude.
Man, I'm grateful for waking up this morning. Like we always say, waking up is better than $1 trillion.
Yes, sir. Big T. Hey, we can barely hear you, by the way, too, Shaq. I got you all the way turned up.
You can barely hear me?
There you go. You better now. Yep.
We better now?
Yep.
All right. So I'm waking up this morning, man. I'm grateful for the simple things, man. Shoes on my feet, clothes on my back, a roof over my head, food over my table, man. And I am also thankful for my family. I'm in Atlanta right now. I'm going to be visiting with family this weekend, man. So that's what I'm grateful for today.
Yes, sir. Love that, brother. What about you, Mike T? What you grateful for on today?
Yes, sir, man. First, man, I'm grateful that God tapped me on the shoulder and said, let's get to it on this Saturday morning. Because it is better than $1 trillion.
That boy been Mike been out of commission for a minute.
Yeah, man, I have. But yeah, I'm also grateful for my family, the love, support, and motivation of my family. I want to be the man I am today without them. So I'm grateful for them. And I'm grateful for the positive growth mindset that I have. Always trying to find different ways to grow and get better. So I'm just grateful for that. And I'm just grateful for my failures. The lessons I've learned from those failures, you learn a lot more from failures than wins. And those failures are there for a reason. And God puts you through those situations for a reason as well. So I'm just grateful for those lessons. So I'm grateful for failures. That's what I'm grateful for this morning.
Loving Mike T. And appreciate you sharing. So for me, man, just like they already said, I'm super grateful for waking up today. God tapped me on the shoulder. What you said, Mike? He tapped me on the shoulder and got me up out of bed, because we know that waking up here with the Freedom Finders is better than $1 trillion. Big T. Also super grateful for my positive mindset the Lord has blessed me with, always finding the positive light in every negative situation. Very grateful for my beautiful fiance Illy S. Man, she little stress with us right now, trying to plan this wedding out, but we're grateful that we're what I'm saying, we're grateful that we are getting married, and she's gonna officially be Ilias very soon, but also grateful for her just making me a better person, man. She's making me more empathetic and making me think about other people's feelings. Also grateful for the Freedom Finder family and all the love and support we get from y'all. That greatly appreciate y'all. And lastly, I'm grateful for Tagreed tapping in with us this morning. So thank you so much, Tagreed, this morning.
Thank you. Congratulations, first of all.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It's been a while. It's been a while, but thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Happy belated.
Yeah. Thank you so much. But with that being said, let's go ahead and go to you, Tagreed. What are you grateful for on this morning?
I am also grateful to be alive and awake and able to take on today. I am grateful for you guys for having me and for the connections I am making through Darius and Shaq and you guys. I appreciate that. I'm also grateful for my family. I lost both of my grandparents within a 2-year time span, so I'm grateful I had my whole life with them, and grateful for their support.
Yes, ma'am. Love that. Condolences out to you and the family.
Thank you.
Sounds like it was a great long. I was looking through your Instagram though, man. Looks like y'all have a very beautiful and really close knitted family. So
Yes.
love it. I love it.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Sean in the comments with the gratitude. Go ahead and drop your gratitudes in. We're not going to read everyone today, but drop them in the comments. She said, I am grateful for life and rest. I'm grateful for stories and shows that provide enjoyment that are positive and uplifting. I am grateful for the rain, water in my plant, strawberries, tomatoes, and spinach. Okay, Mr. Sean. I know you had no garden.
Garden popping.
Hey, she got the garden. Hey, we built a raised garden in our backyard, but then we got the dogs, and we ain't playing nothing this year. But anyway, but last year when we planted, it's crazy. It's the craziest thing to me in the garden is when we had lettuce, right? The lettuce would grow. We would pluck it and rip it off, go eat it, and it would come back, a week later, and it'll be grown back. And I'm like, what? Bet more lettuce, more salad.
Heads of lettuce keep growing.
It just keeps on growing and growing and growing and growing. I'm just like, yo, that's crazy. But anyway. Clearly, I'm not a gardener because that's probably the basic things. But
I wouldn't have known either.
It's just so crazy that I could just keep eating the same lettuce that's just keep regrowing itself. So it was pretty cool experience, and it was fire. It was better than the store. So none of them pesticides. Yep, loved it. I loved it so much. With that being said, let's go ahead and go to the next segment of the show. This is going to be our positive affirmations. So these are I am statements. We do this every day to speak things into existence. I actually got my I am shirt on today. I am an impact player, man. You know what I'm saying? But but anyway, we do this to speak things into existence and make it become a reality. So with that being said, Freedom Finder family, drop me your affirmations, and we'll start out with you first. Shaq T, what are you affirming on today?
Man, D. Scott shirt inspired me, man. I am a playmaker. I'm setting things in motion to help other people. I am creating generational wealth. My family will eat from the work. My offspring, my posterity will eat from the work I'm doing today. And I'm an NBA candidate. Keep that thing rolling.
Yes, sir. And that boy been doing a push-up, boy. That boy's shoulders don't even know where to go. Boy, popping through the screen, ain't it?
They say I've been doing the push-ups for a reason.
Hey, them 100 a day, man. I usually get them in the morning, so I'm like, Saturday, man, we about to do this 100 today. But I'm gonna knock them out after the show, so we're gonna have some fun with that. But let's go to you next, Mike T. What you affirming on today, brother?
Yes, sir. I am the master of my destiny. I am the owner of the #1 boxing gym in the state of Indiana. I am resilient. You know it. I am resilient. We are disciplined. I am valuable, and I am determined. freedomfinders317.com. Make sure y'all go get your merch.
Yes, sir. Today. Chris ain't here to say it. Today. Get your merch today. Love that, Mike T. And for me, man, for my affirmations, I am enough. I am an impact player. Let me throw that back out there again. I am a motivational teacher. I am a real estate investor, investing in flips as well as 50 units and plus. Go big or go bigger. And lastly, I am dominating every single excuse that's coming across my plate and just knocking it out the park. So what I'm affirming on today. All right, we coming right to you, Tagreed. So what are you affirming on today?
I am a business owner. I am a homeowner. I am an educator. And this one also feels good saying out loud because I don't get to say it out loud too much, but I am Palestinian.
Nice. I love that. We're going to break that down a little bit because I maybe teach us a little something today.
Okay.
Teach us a little something. Love that. So let me see. Let's get back to these comments. I'm gonna throw the Mike T, big. Chris and Shabby act like they can't read Mr. Sean's comments in the morning, so I'll be reading them. But I'm gonna throw you, Mike.
Call them out. Call them out.
I'm like, damn, am I slow?
One, two, Miss LaShawn. She said, I am the igniting collaborator seeking to be legacy maker, multiple revenue generator, vision fulfiller, purpose journey woman, and value adder. Appreciate you, LaShawn. Love that.
Man, love that. Mr. Sean, only one in the comments. Where y'all at, Freedom Fighter family? I see you on the live, man. What y'all affirming today? Go ahead and put it down in the comments. Appreciate you, Mike.
DeAndre here. I know we cooking right now.
Oh, you know DeAndre cooking something. You know he's cooking.
them thumbs be working. DeAndre, clean in, boy.
You know he is. She also said, we, the Freedom Finder family, are committed to being better and consistently striving to let our actions speak louder than our words. Man, hit it right on the head, Miss LaShawn. She said, we are speaking the words, yet know that that is the ground, not top of our future. Ooh, got me going off right there, Mr. Sean. Appreciate you sharing, Mrs. Shaw. Mrs. Shaw to these comments every day. But shout out to Mrs. Shaw one more time, man. Appreciate you getting them comments and being here every day. Say that one more time. You was kind of low.
That's wrong with my volume. I said, man, shout out to Miss LaShawn, man.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out. Am I back up or is it still low?
I'm just turning I turn everything up. It's just hard. I turn everything up and turn everybody down. So it should be all right now. But yeah, man, Mr. Sean's here every single day, man. So and you said optimistic. She's just so optimistic and bringing that heat every day. So appreciate you, Mr. Sean. She also said, "Come on, Shaq. I'll get you ready as an MBA student. Come on." Come on now. Cool. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and go to the next segment of the show. This is gonna be our daily action. So we say this every single day to make sure we're being held accountable to do what we say we're going to do. It's as simple as that. There's a lot of times we always want to go do something, but what are we doing? Are we doing the small steps that's actually going to get to the big goal? So with that being said, we'll start off with you first, Shaq T. What was your actions yesterday and what you plan on getting done today?
Yeah, so my actions yesterday, man, I actually went 2 for 4. I got 2 things, knocked out the park, but then I wanted to get some Freedom Founders work done. I was not able to get to that. So I'm going to try to get to that before our meeting tomorrow. Today, like I said, I'm in Atlanta. It's family time. Don't have a whole lot on the plate, but I do have my MBA interview with Duke University on Wednesday. So I'm going to start prepping for that today, So y'all send a prayer up for your boy.
Sure.
It's getting real.
That's what's up, bro. On Wednesday,
brother.
Hey, man, if you need some help, bro, I'm here. I've been doing this. I've been up late hours helping brothers get jobs. So I'm here if you need me, brother.
Appreciate that. I done tapped in with a couple people who going through the process. They done gave me some tips, man. So I'm loaded with the info. I still might tap in with you. Might do a mock interview or something, but it's coming, man. Wednesday.
It's exciting, bro. It's exciting. Just let me know. Just let me know. We can get some time on the calendar, and we can just do the mock interview and run through it. So, do they ask you like a tell me about a time type of questions as well, stuff like that?
Yeah, they ask you the Lomingers, which that I was shocked about. That's like, man, y'all coming with the Lomingers, man, and they gonna ask you the why question. You're like, why do you want an MBA? Why do you want to come to this school?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? You know, what are your plans after? So, I mean, all things I can talk to, but it's just a matter of articulating it. You know, what I'm saying clearly.
Yep. So hit me up. We can definitely some time on the calendar, bro. You know, it's what I do in my spare time. So love that, man. Should we make sure I start throwing you in the prayers, bro? We got a couple.
Absolutely.
We got Freedom Fighter Family, man. The prayer warriors out there, man. Make sure y'all praying for Shaq to get into Duke, if we get his NBA, man. So that's gonna be lovely. That's gonna be lovely, brother. Let's go ahead and go to you, Mike T. What is your actions yesterday and for today?
Yes, sir. My actions yesterday, I went 3 for 4. And my actions today, I need to organize some stuff for the gym, get some stuff together as far as, organization, how to get prepared for next week. And then after that, spend some time with the fam, probably go see my mom, hang out with her for a little bit. And really after that, relax. Man, it's been a long work week, so I'm just ready to relax now. So just relax after that and self-reflect. That was my action for the day.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. Tell Mom Dukes we said what up as well.
Will do.
And then for me, man, so I went 5 for 5, so I hold it down for us, man. So shout out to myself, pat myself on the back today, going 5 for 5 yesterday. Doing what I say I'm gonna do today. Got my miracle morning as always, reading, writing, and meditating. No working out on Saturdays for me. I guess I'm lying. I'm about to hit these 100 push-ups as well, so that's gonna be my workout today. Knock them 100 out. Got some real estate work to do. So just continue building the ground and the foundation for the real estate business. We got a logo. I'm gonna send y'all a couple logos and see what y'all feeling. But we got a name. We picking a logo from about 3-4 of them.
What's the name?
We gonna drop that later, bro. We gonna share that one later.
Horses.
Hold your horses. You know what I'm saying? Time out. We gonna drop all that. We'll drop all that later. Also gonna go out. Gonna make a trip out the spot called Slingshot out here in Charlotte, man. Y'all boys been to Charlotte, man. It's always lit. But we gonna get out and about today. I was hoping there was gonna be some sunshine, but it ain't looking like it. But we gonna get outside and have some fun. And then lastly, hit some self-reflection and make sure I'm doing what I say I'm gonna do. That's about it for me. Let's go ahead and go over to you Tagreed. If you tracked your actions, what did you get done yesterday? And if not, what do you plan on getting done today?
Excuse me. Also, it's been a long work week, so I worked at 2 a.m. yesterday, so I took the rest of the day to rest. Today I have a wedding and then work at 5 a.m. on tomorrow, so I'm not planning on staying there too long. But I'm just trying to take care of myself and make time for myself. So I'm going to try and do that today before the wedding and tomorrow after work.
Hey, that's a wedding and then a 5 a.m. work. Is that working? Is that working with the cream or is that working? I mean, that's not school, right?
No,
I mean,
this
tomorrow
is
Sunday.
job number 3. This is Trader Joe's. So this.
Oh,
is
you
job
getting it
3.
in? I ain't see that one in the bio. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey man, shout out to Trader Joe's, man. I know you probably know that the 21 seasoning, that is my stuff.
Yep.
That is
all
the
stocked
go.
up.
That's the go-to.
I'll send you some.
You'll send me some.
I'll
Man,
send you some.
Say less.
Send the Freedom Fighter son. Don't forget about me.
Okay. I got you guys.
Big hungry. Hey man, but now that 21 season, if y'all ain't never got the 21 season Trader Joe's is just lit all around. All the stuff's good in there. But that seasoning, get you right. Get your boy right. Love that. Appreciate you sharing. We got Phil in the building. What's good, Phil? Shout out to that boy Phil Pleasant, man. Appreciate you tapping in. So he said, I am a father, a light to the world, a philanthropist, a go-giver, and a wealth builder. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And look at little PJ, man. Is that PJ? Young PJ, I think it is PJ. He said, can't wait to see the logos. Yeah, brother. I'm going to send them all out to y'all as well in the group chat, Phil. So I'm looking for some feedback as well. So appreciate y'all, brothers. Cool. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and go to the next segment of the show, our final segment, and then we're going to learn all about Tagreed and what she's doing great in the world, and how she's going to send us some 21 season from Trader Joe's. But anyway, we're going to go to the last segment. This is our world's famous wise words. So if y'all have any wise words for the Freedom Finder family, go ahead and drop it down in the comments. Trust me, it is enough. Just a lot of people they doubt themselves with their wise words. Just share it. Sharing is caring. Go ahead and drop it down in the comments. So we'll start off with you first, Shaq T. What are your wise words on today?
Yeah, man, my wise words today are the brain will look to affirm anything you already think about yourself. So
Mm,
think positive thoughts. If you think highly of yourself, your brain is going to try to find ways to affirm that and continue to push that. But if you think negative about yourself, your brain is going to pick out all the things that you might not do to perfection, and then you'll continue to have negative self thought, man. So train the mind to think positively because the brain is going to fixate on that and try to confirm that thought.
mm, mm.
Yes, sir.
Love that,
Love it,
brother.
brother.
Don't need to
Yeah,
bid off
yeah,
that one.
yeah.
Hit it on the
Appreciate
head. That boy hit it.
it.
Yes, sir. Coming right to you, Mike. What's your wise words today?
Yes, sir. My words for y'all today, man, is just to live in the now. Stop worrying about the past. Everything happens for a reason. So just live in the now, and don't take things for granted. Your loved ones, everybody around you, live in the now. Tell them that you love them, and just appreciate everything that's going on in your life right now. Stop looking at the past and in the future. It's going to happen regardless. So just keep working, stay positive, and just live right now and live in the present. Those are my words for y'all today.
Yes, sir. Love that, brother. Love that, brother. Appreciate y'all, brother, sharing. And going right to me, maybe we can keep this thing rolling so we on time so we can learn all about Tagreed. For me, my wise words, you guys know what I started with every single day. Number one, have an attitude of gratitude. It puts you in the state of receivership to where your doors are beginning to open up and you're going to be able to get blessed and be able to receive your blessings. So make sure you're writing down 3 to 5 things on paper with what you're grateful for each and every day. It is a non-negotiable at this point in my life. So make sure you guys are being grateful today. And lastly, just want to share that just real quick. So nothing too long today, but what is your one thing? Like refocus. And I learned this in a book called The One Thing, but it's a focusing question. And it goes, what's the one thing that you can do that by doing so, every single thing else in life will be unnecessary or easier or unnecessary? So what's that one thing that you can be doing today that's going to move the needle that you want to be known for when you're dead and gone? So that's my wise words today.
Love that.
Yep, yep,
Yes,
yep,
sir.
yep. All right, we're closing out the first half of it with Tagreed. So, what do you have any wise words for the Freedom Founder family today?
I found one this morning. That broken thing you keep trying to put back together can't even compare with that beautiful thing that's waiting to be built.
Ooh, I love that.
Mark that down.
Bars.
I
Right?
love that. I love that. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Now that's super real though. That's super real. I love that. I love that. So appreciate you sharing. Couple wise words in the comments, and then we're gonna learn all more about you. So Mrs. Sean said wise words. She said, don't despise your ancestry, community, and experiences, good or bad. Ancestry gives DNA needed to be and do what you need to. So community lessons needed to learn from, and reactions and experiences show you. So love that. Facts, facts, facts. And Phil said today's actions. Going back to the actions real quick. I promise I've seen some wise words from Phil. Am I tripping? I guess I'm tripping. It said today's action. He said working on family. Working on faith, family, fitness, and finance in that order. I like that. Faith, family, fitness, and finance. Faith, read my Bible in the morning. Family, took a walk with the boys. Tell the youngest I said what's up. He said fitness. Got a boot camp in this morning at the Y. Okay. What about the finance? Okay, there it go. Finance. He said we'll complete my social media profiles for the Fly group, man. Hey, yes, sir, man. Go ahead. I don't know if you got it yet, but whenever you're ready, man, always feel free to go ahead and drop your links down in here, man. So he's doing some great time things, big time things for the youth, just like we all are here. We're gonna dive a little bit more into that right now. But Phil, thank you for doing what you're doing for the youth, brother. Big time, big time. Cool. So with that being said, that was our consistent daily action. We do that every single day, by the way, if y'all don't already know. But now we're transitioning over to more of the Saturday interview session. So we want to know more about who Tagreed is. So Tagreed, can you tell us a little bit more about who you are, where you're from, and what do you do?
Sure. I am Tagreed. I am from the Bay Area in California. It's a little gloomy out because we got some fires going on, so it's cloudy and gross outside. I am a teacher. I teach second grade here in Millbrae. My family and I started an ice cream sandwich company about almost 11 years ago called Cream, and we make customized ice cream sandwiches with fresh, warm baked cookies and ice cream in the middle. I have my master's in education. I am Palestinian, as I mentioned earlier, so I'm very proud of who I am and where I come from and my culture. I was always raised that way. And I work at Trader Joe's. This is my 11th year going in. So I'm training to be an assistant manager right now.
Yes, ma'am. I love that. Hey,
Okay.
you busy, 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 busy.
I'm busy, busy.
I was gonna say the same thing. Jack of all trades.
Yeah.
I love that. I go. Sound you about to say something? Shaq? Go ahead, brother.
My phone is on 10%, and I'm not near an outlet. So if I drop off, that just means my phone died. I'm gonna hop on the live on Facebook and get in them comments if that happens.
Okay, okay. So
Let me get
appreciate you
my
letting me
question
know.
out first.
Yeah,
Let me
I'm. Go ahead.
now go ahead. What you about to say, bro?
No, I'm gonna say I'm gonna get. Appreciate you letting me know so I can get the figure out the
Uh,
back end works when you do
bet,
drop.
bet. Yeah, get that 3 man ready.
You know what I mean?
But but now let me go ahead and get my question off first, man. So one of the things you said you're really proud of is your Palestinian heritage. And one of the things that we see in the news a lot is the Palestinian and Israeli conflict. And here in America, our news a lot of times is one sided. We don't really get to see what's really going on, or some of the back end. So can you just inform and educate us on that situation, and what's the reality as opposed to the news spun, the media spun mess that we get.
Right. And I just want to shout out to you, Shaq, for messaging me and asking questions and bringing me on here to talk about this. So I appreciate that. Um, so Israel has taken over occupied Palestine since 1948, and by occupied I mean they've taken over the land. They've kicked out the hundreds and thousands of Palestinians out of their homes, out of their lands. They control the air, the land, the water, electricity. In Gaza right now, I'm sure, I don't know if you guys have heard, a few weeks ago, they call it a war, but it's not really a war if it's one sided, and Palestinians don't have an army or any of that. So, they are bombing Gaza, and Gaza is considered one of the largest open air prisons in the world. Um, there's no water, no electricity. They've bombed hospitals, schools, homes. They're kicking people out of their homes to take over. They're excuse me, they are making Palestinians demolish their own homes, or they pay a fine for Israel to demolish their homes. And just recently, the court ruled that, okay, yes, Palestinians can stay in their homes, but they have to pay rent to Israel, even though it's not their home. So it's a mess, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Wow.
It's a lot. I don't want to be so depressing on your Saturday morning, but it is the reality, because we don't get to hear our side in the US media too much. So if you guys follow some verified Palestinian accounts on Instagram, it helps.
Yeah, it's an important conversation. So definitely, appreciate you coming in and giving the information, because as a lot of us know, the U.S. and Israel are allies. So a lot of the news that we get
Hmm.
is from the Israeli point of view, and they
Exactly.
paint out, and it's I draw a lot of parallels to Black Lives Matter movement, and
Yes.
what we're
Yes.
fighting through here in America, because when we see a Black Lives Matter protest, that thing may be 8 hours long. There may be 20 minutes of BS going on, or a little 1% of people are causing problems, and that's what
Yes.
they'll key in on.
That's what
And the
they'll
same thing
focus on.
happens with
Hmm.
the Palestinians. Yep, and,
Yeah.
and the Israelis. So I want to give you a platform to just educate people, and let people know that the picture that we're seeing and that's being painted isn't the reality.
Mm.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, I'm not in the media at all, so I don't even know what's going on, to be honest. So I appreciate you just giving us the real of what's going on, because that's just crazy. So you guys don't even, there's no army, but they're calling it a war. You're saying?
There's Palestinians. Let me put, the U.S. gives Israel over $3 billion a year. Just imagine what that kind of money can do here in our own country. Like, I know that one of the biggest evictions was supposed to happen last week. Like, all that money that you're giving to another country for no reason, you could have, done a lot more productive and helpful things here. They're one of the biggest, most powerful countries in the world. And they get the most foreign aid from the United States. So I just feel that there are more important and pressing things to take care of in the United States than sending billions and billions of dollars every day, every year to this country.
Super weird. Do you still have family out there, or do you guys all here in the States?
Most of my family has left just because times got way too hard, but I do still have family there. I was there about 2 summers ago. I try and go every 2 years. A couple years ago, not a couple, I went back in like 2006, and it's not a short flight. It's like an 18-hour flight. My brother and I went, and we flew into the Israeli airport because Palestinians don't have an airport. And they detained us for 9 hours, interrogated us for 9 hours, kept us there. My uncle works for the United Nations, so he was outside, waiting for us, and they were communicating with them, and they're like, oh, we're going to keep them overnight. You can come pick them up in the morning. When in reality, they had sent us right back here to the United States. They held our passports till we landed in Canada, and we had no way of communicating with my parents or anybody. So I was traumatized from that. I haven't gone back for 10 years after that. And that's what they want. They want you to not go back.
I'm sorry to hear that. I don't even know where to go with this one. That's tough.
That's
No,
tough
it's
situation.
fine. No, you got to apologize because this is just the truth, and I mean that's just what it is. I mean that's where it is. So we appreciate you kind of highlighting that and sharing that with us, because that's sad. And like Shaq said, I mean it's definitely a lot of parallels I'm seeing with the Black Lives Matter right here in our own country that we're going through, and it's the media just that just pulling out those little couple negative things and a couple positive things that they're doing because we're allies. Anyway, tough situation. So, man, I'm sorry to hear that for you and your people. And I hope you guys can. There's no solution in my mind right now. I don't know. I hope you guys can figure something out.
We'll see. But Black Lives Matter has been so supportive and speaking out, and same for us during Black Lives Matter always. But same thing with like police brutality. The Israeli army has no, I don't know what the word is, but they be doing the same thing and making it look like, oh, this 12-year-old Palestinian kid was gonna stab us, and planting evidence and trying to justify their reasoning. But like, I get it. We're in the same struggle.
I'm sorry.
That's why I wanted to bring Tagreed on and really just inform us and let us know, what's going on over there, and that we have allies in our struggle over here.
Absolutely.
What I'm saying, as well. So I think D. Scott, you was like, what can we do? Like my number one, like I follow Tagreed on Instagram, so I try to repost things that she posts to educate people. And then just we got to hold the government accountable. Like she said, we give them so much funding, so they need to hold Israel accountable for what they're doing, just like we want them to hold the police departments here accountable for what they do to us. So those are some things that we can do. But yeah, bro, I mean it's been going on since '48, so it's not going to be an overnight fix.
Right.
Yeah, crazy. But just to transition a little bit, talking a little bit about you being a teacher. So you're a second grade teacher right now, correct? And what made you want to become a teacher? Because we're all, I want to speak to everybody else, but I'm a teacher at heart. But honestly, my mom used to always say, "Why don't you just go back to wanting to be a teacher?" And I'm like, "Mama, like no disrespect to the teachers, but they are highly disrespected when it comes to their salary."
Yep.
So I'm not going that route. I'm going to figure out another way to educate and teach, which we do a lot with the Freedom Finder. So what made you, going back to the beginning, what made you want to become a teacher?
Also, I've always felt like I was a teacher at heart too, always playing school with my cousins and my brother when we were younger. I always looked up to a lot of my teachers growing up, and I wanted to be that person to make a difference in at least one kid's life. If I could do that, I was set. But like you said, the pay isn't wonderful. Teaching during COVID was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. And that's when people's true colors really come out. And I didn't mention this before, but this year I am taking a step back. I took a leave of absence this year, so I'm not going back this school year, which is why I'm trying to get a promotion at Trader Joe's to balance out my finances, because it's horrible. It's horrible how teachers are treated, especially during COVID. So that really opened up my eyes, and I got to take care of my mental too. So that's what I meant, but I was trying to take care of myself better, because I'm always putting other people first. And this time I decided to put me first. But I'm hoping to go back over time, but because I love it, and I already miss the kids. Everybody's doing back to school stuff. But I just love being around kids.
You walk into Walmart, you
Yeah.
see all the school supplies lined up. You're like, oh
Yeah,
dang, I
I'm
miss it
like,
already.
I should stock up for next year.
I ain't even gonna hold you. I walk into Walmart and I see all the school supplies. I get a little bit of PTSD because I used to be like, dang, summer over already. Man, we
You're
gotta
not a
go
school
back.
person.
Yeah, I gotta go
Blink
back to
of an
school.
eye.
Like, dang. But no,
And,
man,
and, and
it's
this and this is the dude's about to go apply to his MBA at Duke on Wednesday.
Yeah.
it's crazy, right? It sound crazy, man. But I like that topic you and D Scott brought up about teacher salary, because I think this is one thing people can universally agree on, is that teachers are underpaid, and I like to focus on like what can we do about it, how can we help it, and one of the things that really popped into my mind during COVID is all of a sudden, what I'm saying, the government found trillions of dollars for stimulus packages and whatnot. Like, why can't they subsidize teacher pay so that schools, like schools in F areas, schools in, low grade areas that can't afford to get good teachers, and even high grade areas can't really afford some of the best teachers. Why can't the government subsidize some of that pay so that teachers get paid according to what they do? Because if you look at what teachers do, having to handle, badass kids and having to put, what I'm saying, deal with a lot of politics within the system. I mean, that's a six-figure uh, profession, you know what I'm saying? But the pay doesn't reflect that. So I guess, what are some things you guys would like to see, and Mike, to you in the school district too, like what are some things that y'all would like to see or can be done to help, get teachers to where what they deserve?
We can start by not giving Israel billions of dollars a day.
Facts.
um, I would love to know the answer to that, but I just want the respect, like people think that teachers have summers off, but people don't know that we're in our classrooms, like taking down last year's stuff, setting up for next year. Like, we don't get paid, and it's not about the money for me, like 100%, but we don't get paid for all that extra time. If we're at school at set like a whole hour early before school starts, or we're at school 3 hours past, nobody knows. And grading papers, taking home grading papers, it's exhausting, it's draining, and we don't get paid. My contract is literally getting paid 8 to 3, 180 days. And I'm sure
Yes.
if there's teachers out there, know darn well that is a lot less than the hours that we actually put in.
Most definitely. Yeah, like Shaq said, I work in education as well. I'm a dean in my school, and so I work with strictly discipline and things like that as far as parent communication. Shaq dropped off.
Yeah.
Serious, so long, brother. But but yeah, so I work in education as well, and yeah, it's not a right. I mean, it's kind of hard to give an answer as far as what we should get and this and that. Like, obviously, we feel like we deserve a higher pay and everything like that, because what we do, we helping the next generation get to help try to get them to be better than the previous generation. So, and
Absolutely.
it takes a lot of time and energy, a lot more time and energy than what we feel like we're getting paid for. And you put a lot more time in, obviously, and for that. So I have a question for you. When you were teaching, what motivated you the most during for teaching, like giving back to the kids? Like, what was your most proud moments and things like that? Like, what kept you going every morning to come to work? Because it's difficult, obviously, dealing with kids that don't want to listen, this and that. and it could be difficult, but at the same time, it could be also be, fulfilling. So what was some of your, most motivating moments?
When I first started teaching, I took my first job straight out of grad school as a sixth grade teacher at a lower income school. But it was my first year. I was still doing my master's, and it was one of the hardest years. And I didn't want to go back. So I left after that year. I took some time off. I went to substitute just so I can get a little more experience. And I was a substitute in a wealthier area that wasn't as diverse. And I was there for about 4 or 5 years. And I thought this is how all school districts should be. Parent support, PTA, money whenever we needed it, school supplies. And then I got a job again at a lower income school, Spanish speaking, Title I. And just to see the difference, and these schools are like 10 minutes away from each other, to see the difference between the schools was mind-blowing. And I felt like I can make a better difference at my Title I school than I could at the other school. So I stayed there for about 4 years, and I got this kid about 2 years ago. Came from a broken family. Mom was working crazy hours, never home, had siblings, and he was a very troubled kid, very angry. And I just tried to take him under my wing, and he responded well to me. And on the last day of school this past year, he wrote me a note, and it made me cry. And he's the reason I go back. Like, I went back every morning. It's that one kid that will just have that special soft place in your heart. So he was the reason. He responded well with me. He got better with me. Last year, he didn't have me, obviously, because he was in a different grade, and he became angry again. Also because of COVID, and he wasn't interacting. But it's kids like that make me want to go back and keep me going.
Yeah, I love that. And like I've been in education for 4 years now, and this is my fourth year, obviously. And the kids that came back this year, when I started out was first graders, and now they're fourth graders about to move on now and go to middle school and everything like that. And some of them I used to see Dana every day for as far as discipline wise, behaviors, making bad choices in class, things like that. But now, like I would say 95% of them I rarely see now, and it's my favorite part is just seeing the growth and the maturity of those students, as far as going through that whole process through our system and things like that. So that's for me, that's one of the most fulfilling parts as far as that is just seeing the growth and the maturity from them kids.
Well, I appreciate you for doing that. You're doing something right.
Yeah, I'm trying. That's what we're here for, to help the youth and the next generation be better than we were. So
absolutely,
I might be having them in that discipline room doing wall sits, push-ups.
I did that 2 years, but I used to.
That's why they're not coming back to you.
That boy funny. I see what you're saying in the comments, Mr. Sean, because other countries, typically the foundation or the teachers are the foundation for our kids, right? And it just makes you think, like, if we're, we look at ourselves as the U.S. as one of the greatest countries there is, and it's like, well, how do we not have an educational foundation? And one thing that really bugs me in the whole heart, like in myself, of understanding and seeing that I want to be a teacher and be able to give back in a different type of way, though, because I don't want to just do it by the system, because I just don't agree. You got to think about this. So I don't know if you guys know this, but it sometimes takes it'll take a century for something to happen, right? And it's like a big deal. It may take a century before it actually gets into the history books. And it's like, well, why are we continuing to talk about this stuff that doesn't even matter? Like, every single thing is evolving. Every single thing is innovating. Everything besides our education. And that just doesn't make any sense. And I would say that I personally believe, I mean, I'm not a teacher. I know it's definitely harder. I know some teachers as well that's definitely very, very, very hard during COVID. But I think that actually really stretched the school system to think differently of how these kids learn differently. They seen kids' grades may drop off. And I'm really hoping, it's really just a hope right now. I'm really hoping that the school districts are trying to do something different to uplift these kids and teach them in a different way and start teaching some of these not just the 400 years ago history, but what just happened last year type of thing. I think that's very, very important to keep our kids just knowing and understanding what's going on in the world. But that's one of my biggest problems, because stuff happens and they pick and choose what they want to give back and what they want to teach them, and I just don't think that's right at all.
And that's important to teach the history, and obviously, like you said, they pick and choose what history they want to teach us. And I don't know if y'all heard, earlier this year, I think it's in Texas, they signed a bill
Texas.
to where, yeah, it's in Texas, yeah. So they signed a bill
Texas,
to
yeah.
where they signed a bill that they don't have to. I forgot what exactly it was, but they don't have to teach
It's
I think the
they weren't
slavery
going
or
to
something like
teach
that.
Martin Luther King or Rosa Parks. They were taking a lot of Black history out, um,
Yeah.
and they passed a bill to take that out of the school curriculum. I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah, exactly. So it's like they can pick and choose what they want to teach, and now they taking away some of the most important parts of Black history, and then but they still want to talk about what's his name, Christopher
Yeah,
Columbus,
yeah.
whatever his name is, and he discovered America, which obviously we all know he didn't, but they still trying to push it on us. So they pick and choose, and then also want to whitewash it. So it's definitely a problem that needs to be, settled.
Like that has to be one of the biggest lies ever told. The Christopher
Man,
Columbus story. Like,
yeah,
how do you discover a country people was already here? Like, I don't
yeah,
understand.
and they still sticking by it.
Yeah.
Man, dog, they will stand
Crazy.
by it, man. But
Man.
so on that topic, man, another topic that's big in the school system is teaching critical race theory. Are y'all familiar with that? Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on teaching that and on I guess, the theory itself? Well, let me get some background for people who may not know. So, critical race theory is essentially the idea that our system as we know it is literally a racist system, and in order to make it better, it needs to be torn down because I mean, woven within the fabric of it is racism, and so obviously you have two sides to that. You have people who think that no, our system, we just need to make it better. Then the pro critical race theory side is like, no, we need to tear it down and rebuild it, and that's one of the things that they don't want to teach in schools. So what are y'all thoughts on that? Are you to agree?
I think it absolutely needs to be taught and torn down and rebuilt. I agree 1000%. That look at the system now. It's not working.
Right.
It's
Yep.
Most
something's
definitely,
got
I
to
agree.
change, and you got to start from the bottom. You got to dig to the root of the problem.
Absolutely. Now, I agree with that as
Most
well.
definitely.
I mean, that kind of goes to my next question on how the school system is built, and I mean, it may be better now from when we were in high school, but um, like I know the school system was intentionally put together to get people to go work in the factory. Like if you look at how the roles were set up in school, you look at with the bell, like how everything was just so structured and so timed, and they told you what you were going to learn. Like they taught you how to regurgitate information and copy and paste it. They didn't really teach you how to think. There were some teachers who got past that and taught you actually how to think. But what do you guys think it'll really take to make a large overhaul and have the school start teaching students how to think as opposed to how to just memorize and regurgitate information?
Man, honestly, I going back to what you said, I think it's a whole break it all down and rebuild the structure, because I think it starts with the foundation, and the foundation where it all starts from. It's very systemic, and they're building these systems in, and they were intentional about these things. They were very intentional about it. And just to tell a quick story, I was talking to we have a reverse mentorship at my job, and I kind of mentor this. His name is Mark. He's out there on the West Coast, and he was born in the late 50s, 60s, a white guy, and he's still working right now. And he was telling me kind of how he was growing up in the South as a white man, with a best friend that's black. And it's like, wait, it's night and day. But anyway, he was asking me the topic of like why are a lot of the minorities trying to go into more of the publics, the private and the charter schools. And I'm like, well, obviously there's more money there. They got more education, there's more resources. But the problem is a lot of us, the people that look like me that grew up around where we grew up, a lot of the minorities, we can't afford that. And they make it in the system to where, oh, if you do this, you can't make it. You kids can't come here. And it's a big problem. So to answer your question, Shaq, I personally believe it is getting the starting off with the foundation, and then as well as getting the right teachers in there to get paid. Because I'm telling you 100%, if they said, Devin, can you come teach this class and boom, 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 and we'll pay you what you're making right now, I would be there tomorrow, 1,000%. But I'm not gonna take a 50% pay cut because I'm building wealth for my personal family and my generations moving forward. So that's a big thing. There's a lot of great teachers out here, but you know what I'm saying? I just can't see myself doing that and literally cutting my life in half, to do something. So, but anyway, I believe it's the foundation and then it's the pay for the teachers.
Definitely. I agree with that. And I also think um, that we need more minority teachers.
Mm, mm.
Yes.
Like in my school, we have, predominantly, black students. And I would say, I think it's maybe five black people in the school building. And yeah, about five black, staff in the school building itself. And it's not purposely because I know we've actually been intentional as far as hiring more, black minorities in general in education in our school, but it's not many, coming in, getting interviews and things like that because it's not many people getting into education as far as that in our community. And I think that's something that needs to be, addressed and more pushed on as far as want to give back to the youth, more minorities coming back and educating our kids because a lot of times, just my experience as far as working with families and discipline, a lot of parents respond a lot better than with a black teacher than the white teacher, and a lot of times that's because you guys you see a white woman or whatever the case might be, you're not going to be always be aligned. She doesn't know I guess the cultural, not really addressed to our culture and things like that. And as far as the black teachers, where like I had some students who had trouble last year as far as what they teach, but now we have we do have a black teacher. We have two now finally, but the students that was having trouble last year has already responded a lot better with that teacher, and that to me tells a lot right there. It's just sometimes it's just about who's teaching and how they can be able to I guess what's the word?
Relate.
Yeah,
Relate.
relate. My fault. Yeah, be able to relate and kind of understand that sometimes at home it might be certain struggles that the other white teachers might not necessarily understand. So I think that's a big part of that, as far as just getting more minorities to be able to teach.
And that's huge. If I can just go off of that real quick, I teach second grade. So in first grade, at the end of the year, the teachers decide what students go to which teacher for the next school year. And there was this one troubled kid. Um, I used to vent to Darius about this kid every single day because I would just go home and cry. He was just very troubled. Um, and his two first grade teachers, both first grade teachers were white women, loved them to death, but he couldn't relate. He couldn't relate to them, and he was just giving them a very hard time. And the other second grade teacher is also a white woman, and then there's myself. um, I look white, but I'm a minority, so they know I'm not. And I asked for the kid. Like I said, put him in my class, let me see how he responds. I want to take him, let's see how he does. He did okay with me. um, he ended up moving in the middle of the year, like right before COVID. But I do think having, minority teachers is huge. I think students would respond completely differently than it's the same white male or white female teacher. I completely agree with what you said.
Nah, facts.
That
Mr. Sean has a quick question for Tagreed and Mike, real quick. She did also say, she said, pay is the reason why many of the minorities are not becoming teachers, especially if they have or want families to have college loan debts along with some of the license exams. So, I mean, it is tough, but she does have a question for y'all. She also said, what are some of the things we could do in addition to supplies for the classroom and advocating for higher pay? So what are some of the other things that you guys possibly think that we could possibly do to better the situation, to allow more of these minority teachers to come back to the classroom?
That's a great question.
It is.
I think raise that pay. Somehow we got to figure out how to raise that pay, because I know sometimes I'll be thinking like, why am I here? Then I also have to remind myself it's for the kids first most, but for the first thing. But as far as financially, like, everything I do, I feel like I'm underpaid to the max. I would say, like, I do so much as far as parent communication and just working with the kids and just building those relationships. That's the most important part in education. I feel like it's just building those relationships with those kids and their families. And that's the part we need to do. That's me just doing my job. At the same time, I feel like, I think not just me, but everybody in education feels like we should be getting paid more. But I don't have a answer as far as how we can raise that. I don't really know, but somehow we gotta make something happen. We gotta make it happen, Kevin.
I also wouldn't know. I would say maybe start locally, talking to your district, calling them and see how far you can get. But I don't, if it was that easy, I feel like it wouldn't really be a problem. But like, it would have been done. But like you said, like, I know I said earlier that I wasn't doing it for the money, but I got to survive too. I got a mortgage payment now. I also want to, save up for my future family and my kids. So I do need money to survive also. I know a lot of teachers say that they don't do it for the money, and teachers have 2-3 other jobs. So we do need money too, Yes, it's for the kids, absolutely. But we have houses to take. Some teachers got kids and families and, parents, grandparents. So I would start local at a school district.
And I also want to add, because I know us, the Freedom Finders, I think it was Devin's idea as far as like wanting to educate the teacher as far as how to make their money on the side as far as education. And that's something we're trying to figure out. First thing we want to do is build out a curriculum and things like that, which is what we're working on to educate the students. But the next phase of that will be to help educate the teachers on how to build their own business as far as making more money on the side with that. And we're not going to dive too much into that as far as that, because we still haven't dive into it too deeply. But that's something that might be needed. It is needed as far as helping our teachers educate themselves as far as building the businesses and using their skills to teach kids by making their own money on the side. So I think that's something that can be important, and that could be a big game changer when we get that ball rolling.
Mike T took the words out of my mouth, brother.
Yep, aligned.
With the entrepreneurial spirit really hitting the map really heavy right now, right? Everybody understands. 10 years ago, people didn't even know what an entrepreneur was. Like, what's that? Entrepreneur? What's that? Like, everybody understands what an entrepreneur is nowadays, and more teachers. And again, that's my innovative way of thinking about it. I am a teacher, but I'm not going back there, and I'm not taking a 50-60% pay cut. I'm just not doing that, right? But how can we, right? Instead of saying I'm not doing it, how can we do something different? So exactly what Mike says. So I'm not going to repeat everything, but teaching the teachers of how to build their own brand. Build your own brand, and outside of that, it's going to be a couple things. You're going to be able to help more students as well. So instead of putting your hands on I don't know how many teachers schools have, anywhere from 30 probably to 60 kids. I don't know. They're going to be able to touch the lives of thousands, hundreds of thousands. Some people is going to take it to the like the Freedom Finders, speaking to existence, the millions of kids that we're going to touch. That's going to be able to learn these basic life skills that school does not teach. So I think that piece of it is just understanding and people getting on board, and the teachers wanting to do more. Which I believe personally, I think every teacher wants to do more. Like, I mean, they're already super busy, but they're like, well, how can we do more help? How can we do more help? But they're always going back to the system, and it's a broken system. So it's already broken. We're going to have to create our own system from the ground up. And I believe it is through business and through entrepreneurship to do it yourself. So, appreciate you sharing that, Mike, man. Made me proud, brother. Made me proud. We ain't talked about that in a minute, Mike. That boy be listening. I love it. I love it.
You know it.
I love that. But
I know one of the big things during COVID was private tutoring, and I know a lot of teachers took that on, especially because kids were probably so far behind. And it's not like we weren't teaching the whole time during quarantine. We were still doing our job. So when people say, "Oh, they're probably starting early to catch up," like, no, they're caught up. We didn't stop teaching. It's just they might not be like where they're supposed to be, but under the circumstances. So I know a lot of teachers that took that on, private tutoring. So I that was recommended to me, but I just didn't have the time because I was working like 3 jobs. But I know that that's a big one.
Yeah, facts. But just want to throw that out again. Like Mike said, we ain't gonna dive too deep, but you know, just know that out here in the world, man, we putting this out here. We are working on how we can help these teachers. First off, we're gonna help the kids first because that's what we're really here for. But secondly, we're gonna help the teachers because the teachers are gonna be the ones that's gonna help the kids. So we're not greedy and saying like, oh, we only the Freedom Finders to help the kids. No. We would love to share our curriculum with Tagreed to where if you don't have time to make your own, which most of the teachers are probably better at making a curriculum than we are, I'm just keeping it real. But for real, like it's just what it is. But helping these teachers understand and giving them the mindset and the courage, right? To you can take ours, make it better, and then do what you do with it, or you can simply just take ours and, you know, become a teacher with the Freedom Finders, and then, you know, keep on growing and helping hundreds of thousands, eventually millions of kids. So I'm super passionate about it. Like this is one of the, you know, the one thing that we're really leaning on with the Freedom Finders and making sure that we are going to be there for this youth, because I do understand that if we're not, then like who is? So we're going to make sure that we're doing that. So absolutely. So I love this conversation today, man.
That's awesome.
I love it. So
That's a good one.
I do want to wrap up. We are over time, so I appreciate it, Tagreed. We usually get off at 11, but I do have one more question because
Sorry.
No, it's not on you. It's we appreciate it. We appreciate the extra time, so thank you.
Yeah.
But we do see a shirt with vision comes commitment. So shout out to that boy DP Life School, man. Darius Petway out there doing some big time things. So just want to ask, like, what exactly do you do with DP Life School? Thank you for helping because they're same exact thing we're doing. You know, they're doing that and giving back to the kids. But what is kind of your role when you play with the DP Life School?
Right now, like you said, I do run social media with Darius. And I just help him kind of organize and, you know, execute and manage the budget, organize events when we get big, speaking it out there too. I know he was also working on a curriculum and we got some after school programs coming up. So I'm really excited and looking forward to how far this goes. I know he's got some meetings and stuff coming up in the next few days for the after school program. So I'm just his right hand man kind of thing.
Love that. Well, thank you because I will say what they you know, not to be sexist, but us men, you know we're great now, but there are women. Hey, the women are y'all smarter than us. So without y'all, man, we would be getting nothing done. So definitely appreciate y'all. And thank you for, you know, being the glue for Darius. It sounds like being the glue and making sure he's organized and good to go and coming to these meetings with the right mindset. But thank you. I just want to say thank you for that because that's huge. That's huge. Cool.
Thank you guys.
Cool. Well, we are at time. So with that being said, we'll just give you one little plug for any of the last words you may have. So Tagreed, anything heavy in your heart, anything that you really want to just put out there. I know we went really deep today. It's probably one of our deepest shows, and I didn't even know where to go with it because I was like, man, I'm a very solution oriented person. I'm very logical, but I'm just like, man, I feel you. Like, I don't know where to go. But is there anything else on your heart that you want to share out with the people before we get off of here?
Just stay open-minded and educate yourselves. Don't believe or trust everything you hear or see on social media or the news. Just if you have questions, ask a friend. That's all I ask. Like, Shaq was amazing the last few weeks. So, I mean, if you have a question you're not sure, ask.
Facts. I love that. Love that.
Educate me.
Speak, man. We've been talking about you all show, brother. Man, shout out to that brother, man. Shout out to him, man. DP in the building. DP in the building. We've been talking about you all show, man. So appreciate you tapping in with the Freedom Fighters, brother. Appreciate you again for doing what you're doing, Darius. Love that. Mike T, Shaq T, y'all got any last words for the Freedom Fighters?
Man, I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for sticking by our side and supporting us each and every day. You know, it's show 392. We pushing 400 now. So, hey, one day at a time, we appreciate y'all support. So we wouldn't be here without y'all. Other than that, man, y'all gonna be great today. Enjoy your weekend. If you got to work this weekend, be great either way. So, man, y'all gonna be great.
400. Yeah.
That's so exciting.
Man, we get hyped just thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
But Tagreed, plug Cream real quick. I don't think you talked about Cream today.
I didn't. It's okay. Cream Nation. It's at Cream Nation @ Cream Nation. No, what is it? At Cream _ Nation.
Cream _ I think. Yeah.
Cream _ Nation. Ice cream sandwiches. I'm the catering supervisor. So if you're in the Bay Area, hit me up for some ice cream.
Hey, check out their Instagram. They got some fire ice cream sandwiches.
There it is. Okay.
Wow. So crazy.
I sent it to Shaq right away.
Hey man, I see y'all getting a follow from the Freedom Finals right now, man.
I appreciate you.
Y'all big time. Y'all got 65,000 followers too. Y'all big time.
Right
so
now, we might have done another show just about that.
Oh man.
Absolutely.
Hey, this stuff looks
that was an entrepreneur move too. So if you do that again.
Yeah.
Hey, I love that.
We didn't even get to dive in on that.
I know.
Next time.
Hey, get me hungry looking at this, but this doesn't look so good. But maybe a silly question, but like, do y'all ship like nationwide? Like, what does that look like?
We don't, just because we don't want to compromise the quality of the product. I've done it before to a friend. It's just not the same.
Yeah. I had a feeling.
Melted 3 times. They had to refreeze it.
And honestly, dry ice. There's a lot of strict rules on mailing with shipping things with dry ice. It can't be over a certain weight, but so it got really complicated. So I'm gonna say no. That just means you guys have to come visit.
I like it. Where specifically are you? Do you guys have like a shop? I mean, it looks like it's a whole shop. Cream. Yep. Where is it located?
We do. We originated in Berkeley, California, right down the street from the campus. That was our first location in 2010. And we franchised our first location after that by Stanford in Palo Alto. And we have about 20-ish locations now.
Ooh.
20. We're talking multiple right now.
Yeah, we franchised out. So.
Hey. That's huge, man. Shoot, we might need to get y'all out here in Charlotte, man, because I know this will be a banger in Charlotte. It's so big, man. Shoot, we might have to talk some business. We're usually
close to college towns, so yeah.
We got the UNC Charlotte right in Charlotte. So we may have to talk some. We may have to talk a little something. Because the way this is looking, I'm just, boy, you got my mouth. I'm like my mouth is legit watering right now. Like I'm not even joking, but I'm starving too. But make sure y'all go follow Cream _ Nation, man. It looks fire. If you hungry, be careful. Don't look too long. But Cream _ Nation. So we would love to talk some type of business. Yeah, Mrs. Sean. She said maybe we need to do a Freedom Finder family franchise with the Cream Nation. You know what I'm saying? That would be absolutely amazing. So I do want to say real quick. Shout out to Mr. Sean one more time, man. Mr. Sean's in these comments. We can't get them all in, Mr. Sean, but absolutely appreciate you getting these comments. You have so much good thought on what we're doing here. So She said, "Hey, I may be interested with you." So I see Mr. Shaw. So that's definitely something that we can definitely talk in the franchise world. When we talk one of our pillars of financial freedom, that's definitely a pillar of business that we all need to have. So, but with that being said, man, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. Shaq, did you say your last words? But I can't remember, brother. You got anything else? Are you good?
Man, my only thing, man, Freedom Founder family, we love y'all. Once again, appreciate y'all pushing us towards 400, Tagreed, DP Life School family, appreciate you coming in and blessing us with some knowledge. Go be great.
Yes, and lastly, I do want to just say one more time, thank you so much to Tagreed for coming in. So virtual hand clap to you. So thank you so much for tapping in with us and sharing your story and really giving us a real update on what's going on when it comes to the Palestinians. And are we good? We still here? I see y'all good, but man, thank you so much to Tagreed for tapping in with us and really sharing. So definitely we have a lot of synergy here, so definitely would love to that's just Shaq glitching out. we definitely love, he thought we glitching out. Nah, it's you, brother. I'm good. But thank you so much for tuning in with us. There you go. Thank you so much for sharing your story, being vulnerable, and thank you for just being here for the kids, man, and doing what you need to do. So just absolutely thank you, because we need more people like you in this world. So greatly appreciate it.
And appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So with that being said, man, we're gonna wrap up a little longer show today, but we pulled on some heartstrings today. So man, absolutely, Freedom Finder family, love you guys so much. So thank you guys for tapping in. Everybody talking about these ice cream sandwiches right now. I'm in my feelings. Hey man, those sandwiches look crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna be able to follow y'all personally. I'm going to, but I don't think I should, cause man, got my for real. But anyway, man, Freedom Fighter family, thank you guys so much for tapping in with us, man. As you guys know, we go live every single day, Monday through Friday at 8 a.m., Saturday and Sunday at 10 a.m. And always, as you guys see, on Saturday, we bring on special guests each and every Saturday. So with that being said, again, we love you guys. We appreciate it. Tagreed, thank you guys. Thank you so much again for tapping in with us. And that does it for us, man. For the Freedom Finders in episode 392, we are signing off. Y'all go be great today.
Yep.